I watched a lot of videos about Molly Qerim, if that's how you pronounce her name, in the Lavar Ball situation. I've heard many takes. I've heard some people say that he shot his shot at her. That was the fumble. I heard other people say what he said was unexcusable. And I heard what he had to say was really nothing at all. I'm one of the people that thinks that what he had to say was nothing at all. He just says, you can switch gears with me anytime. I don't think that was any sexual intent with that comment. But Lavar Ball has been kicked off of ESPN. He is not going to be coming back on the show, which he doesn't come on there that often. And he's already said that he has his own show and he made some other statements. But really, we got to talk about this and sexual harassment policies and things like that, right? I want to talk about this. This is very, very important. Why? If Molly finds Lavar Ball attractive, I'm going to say this again. If Molly finds Lavar Ball attractive, we're not having this conversation. And see, this is the power that a lot of women have in this day and age. Because if that's Tom Brady or if that's somebody else, she probably is flattered by that. But because it's Lavar Ball, she's not attracted to Lavar Ball. Now she's offended, okay? He's harassing me in a certain way. I don't like this in a certain way. This is what you typically get. And this is something that is very in common with what you see in workplaces. Let me give you guys a story about this. I worked in a call center environment. Many of you have worked in the call center environments before. And there was a teammate of mine who was getting harassed by this one chick. She was quite big, okay? But she used to love to harass him. Man, please give me a chance. I'll do anything for you. I'll do this. I'll do that. And, you know, all of these different types of things, right? But he wasn't really messing with her like that. But let me talk about this. So what ends up happening was he didn't really trip off her like that, right? But check this out. We had a supervisor named Neldon. Neldon tries to shoot his shot at her. She not feeling Neldon. Now, my homeboy who says some sexual things to her here and there, she likes that. She doesn't, she's happy to get those comments. Oh, you look cute, you look sexy. But once Neldon says it, the guy that she's not attracted to, she goes to HR and she's crying tears. Oh my God, I can't believe he's talking to me like this. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. Oh my God. Neldon is fired a few weeks later, all right? While she's still there getting implicit comments from other guys that she's attracted to. This is what's happening with Lavar Ball. Now, let me talk about this and also situations that men have failed. This is important. Molly and other women who are supposed to be attractive, they disrupt these particular men's spaces because a lot of times they put these women in the men's spaces so that they can fail. All right. We all know that women's sports in comparison to men's sports, they're not as exciting. They don't draw the revenue, any of that. So women have forced their way into men's spaces. They've done that, right? Women want to be where the money is. They've cried for many years, let me get into men's spaces. So now they're in men's spaces. And I remember this was happening with Marshall Faulk in certain situations. You put this attractive woman into a men's space where men feel they can talk and be themselves. And now they have to minimize what they want to say, and they have to be on eggshells. And this is what happens, like Lavar Ball, who's just being himself, who's just being crazy. Anything you say now in spaces that are supposed to be for men, even men have no place to be safe at. Look at the ratings that ESPN has dropped. You know, they had certain women on the show, Jamel Hill, all, you know, in my opinion, what made ESPN great were the men hosts, okay? Like, seriously, a lot of times, and this is no offense to them, there are very few women that have the insight onto the game and the sports that men have. Nobody watches ESPN to watch Molly. You watch ESPN to watch, you know, back in the day when it was Stuart Scott on there, okay? Or Stephen A. Smith, okay? Or Chris Berman. That's what you watch ESPN for. You don't watch ESPN for the female host. You just don't. But they force these on these guys. But here's another thing I want to talk about LeVar Ball, and for brothers to understand this. Just because you have some success. Now, LeVar is married to a white woman. He should have known better. Okay, I know what he said wasn't even a bad thing. But LeVar, you can't say that on national TV. You just can't. And I think what happens is, because you start getting a little bit of money, start getting a little bit of swag, you know, you got a white wife and all of that. I got to just be real. You're feeling yourself too much. Something like this stupid comes out of his mouth. Now, it's stupid not because it's bad, but it's stupid because how it can be perceived. And here's another problem. All the other guys are going to go ahead and be on her side. You're not going to hear Stephen A. Smith say, oh, no, he didn't mean nothing by that. You're not going to hear Max Kellerman said, oh, he didn't mean anything by that. Listen, guys have to protect themselves even in spaces where women are at. Now they're talking about, if I'm not mistaken, you have a female that's going to be an assistant on the San Antonio Spurs. They're talking about making a woman a man's coach, a woman a coach in basketball. You're going to see the first female coach, I believe, sometime here in the NFL. They are going to make it so where everything is a feminized conversation with men. And you have to protect yourself by saying anything. And then they put somebody good looking like Molly there. I mean, you're going to want to say something. And you have to even monitor your conversations now in the workplace. This is what really pisses me off. You could even be talking about somebody else, right? Now think about Molly. Okay, you're talking about, I don't want to talk about her. That's fine. But you can't even have an off discussion conversation about women in general, period. Because people can file sexual harassment against you, even if you're not talking about them in particular. All right? Listen to what I'm saying. How many times have you seen people get fired? Not because what they were saying was to a person directly. It's because what they were saying was overheard by somebody else, and then that person went ahead and told HR. So now you better not talk to Molly, but you better not be saying anything disrespectful in her presence. Because here's the situation, brothers. A lot of times somebody like Molly will sit there and you'll be talking about something explicit. All right. They may join in the conversation and joke with you. You think it's all good. They turn right back around, go right to HR, and tell on your ass. Now you the one that's looking stupid. Now you the one that's in trouble. So brothers got to protect themselves by, when you're around among some women. If I was a guy and I come on a show, I would tell, this is what I would say. I'll come on to ESPN. I'll come on to Fox News. I do not want Molly to be there. I'm not giving you an interview with any female reporter. It's not because I'm sexist. I just don't want anybody to say I'm saying the wrong thing. Give me only a male reporter. I will not. Same thing happened with Cam Newton. I will not do that. Give me the men that I can talk to. That's how we're going to solve that. I will only talk to male reporters because I don't want anybody to say what I'm saying is being taken out of context. Boom. So, guys, what do you think? Let me know your response to this, your comments on this, and let me know what you got to say. This is your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.